Lancashire are only 3 wickets away from recording an incredible 6th win from 7 LV County Championship games, one which will just about confirm their immediate promotion back to the top division as they continue to outplay Hampshire on the 3rd day of their one-sided affair in Southport. Rejecting the chance to enforce a follow-on on the previous day, the home side began the penultimate one on 39 without loss in their second innings, which already put them 250 runs to the good, and Paul Horton and Lewis Rees were soon adding to that as they batted through the first 90 minutes of the morning session to rub more salt into Hampshire's already gaping wounds. Both batsmen made 50s, Horton's off 69 balls, while Rees got to his off 80. It was his 6th in a row in the championship. Horton also struck a couple of 6s, including this one off Liam Dawson, as his confidence grew. While Rees moved on to 65, made an opening partnership of 166, which had already batted Hampshire well and truly out of this contest. Rees fell in the 31st over of the innings, and what a moment it was for 16-year-old Brad Taylor, who found plenty of turn to have the batsman taken behind by Adam Wheater. It was the off-spinner's maiden first-class wicket. This too was a nice moment for Horton. A clip through mid-wicket brought him the run he needed to get to 3 figures for the first time in this campaign. He'd needed 143 balls for it, from which he'd struck 2 6s and 11 4s. He and Rees have certainly solved the problem of the opening partnership, which has been chopped and changed for much of the summer. Taylor added the name of Ashwell Prince, he of 66 tests and 52 ODIs for South Africa, to his list of dismissals. He did it all by himself too, as the batsman was out for 38. Of course, it wasn't all plain sailing for Hampshire's youngest ever championship player. Andrea Agathangalu drove him for a 6, but he also took on the more experienced Dawson as the batsman raced to 28 off only 19 balls. While he was at the crease, Horton was finally dismissed for 111. Taylor again with the wicket on a day he will surely never forget. Chris Wood completed the dismissal, and it was 4 for the young debutant when Agathangalu gave Wood another catch in the deep. With the declaration now imminent, both Stephen Croft and Luke Proctor cleared the ropes off Dawson and Taylor, who ended with figures of 14 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 64, as Lancashire closed in on a 500-run lead. The declaration came after Proctor was bowled by Dawson with a total on 284 for 5, and that gave Hampshire the rather big challenge of chasing down 496 runs in 146 overs to win. That target was soon an irrelevance as Jimmy Adams' bad run continued, as he edged Glenn Chappell to Agathangalu, a man who doesn't drop many in the slips. Chappell then went off with an Achilles injury after just 2 overs, leaving it to Tom Smith to trap Dawson in front for a couple at 16 for 2. Kyle Hogg then had Michael Roberts out in the same way, as Lancashire appeared to be heading for a win with a day to spare. They did have to wait for 10 overs for their next success, and when Hogg bowled James Vince off the inside edge for 20, at 52 for 4 for his 7th wicket of the match, he became the country's leading wicket taker, with 56 victims to his name in the championship this year. Sean Irvine then picked out the 1 boundary fielder to give Simon Kerrigan his first wicket of the innings, before he also grabbed a second to get rid of Neil Mackenzie. And Hampshire slipped to 129 for 7 when Wood was run out after being sent back by Wheater, who at least kept his wicket intact to end the day unbeaten on 31. That has been made out of his side's 137 for 7, and Lancashire should polish off their victory early on the last morning. That will put them 80 points clear of 3rd place Essex, who will claw 16 of those back if they beat Gloucestershire on Saturday, and they also have an additional game to play. Whatever, it looks as if Lancashire have done what they set out to do this summer, and they've done it in a rather spectacular style.